Okay, as you know by introduction, I am going to be doing a typical basic sort of smoky eye today. I do smoky eyes quite a lot because I personally really like them. So I want to do one that's not too intense, if you get what I'm trying to say. If you'll see what I mean. So I'm going to use 2-3 palettes today. Mainly I'm going to be using the Fiery Matte palette from Beauty Bay, using the browns and more neutral browns. I'm going to be using the Belle Jordan palette from Makeup Obsession purely for the black. And this, I don't know who gave me this. I got it for Christmas. It's Profusion Cosmetics Mixed Metals Glam palette. And I thought it'd be really crap, to be honest, when I first saw it, because I'd never heard of anything, but look at them. And we're using this as well. Actually, I've realised I don't even need the other palette because this one's got a black in it already. But the shimmers in this are really, really nice, actually. I don't know where they sell them because I've never seen it before. So, starting with the Fiery Matte palette, I'm going to start with, what's this one called? I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. I'm going to start off by using this middle top shade just all over, just to put down a base. So let me find my brush. Just tap off any excess. And we're just going to go in and just pop this just all over the eye, especially more focusing throughout the crease and up to brow bone. Just using little circular motions for this one. And this is just going to lay us down a nice transition shade that's just going to help make it blend in everything else together really super easy. When doing smoky eyes, you want to make sure you put down as many colours as possible. In my mind anyway, I believe that putting down more colours is going to help, especially because you don't have to do a smoky eye with black, but if you really want it to be quite dark and really sultry almost, you're best off using a black. And if you're going to use black shadow, make sure you're putting it on top of other shadows that blend really well, because sometimes they can be really hard to blend, and if you put down too much, that's gonna make your life a living hell. Okay, now that we've got that all over, I'm gonna take the shade, I'm gonna mix these two together and pop that through my crease. So starting at the outer corner, I'm just going to go through and just start blending away, and I'm going to sort of wing it out a little bit. Okay, and start blending that up to my brow bone a bit more. Okay. And we don't want any, excuse me, don't really want any harsh lines. So if you spot any, just keep blending over that. Okay. I'm always so silent when I do these things, my God. Okay, so now we're getting warmer. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a little, I call these bullet brushes. I don't know if that's the actual name for them, but that's what I call them. One that's like a little, almost pointed, but it's not that pointed. And I'm going to go into this dark brown shade here. And I'm just going to pack that on the outer corner of my eye in sort of like a triangular shape till we've got about that sort of. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take that slightly through my crease. It will be blended out. Just going to pop some on the other eye first. I nearly took a chunk out of my shadows. That's that was a close one. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take, that's not the right word, a different one. Why do I always lose my brushes when I want them? And I'm just going to take a little bit of this one that's slightly lighter, this cherry. Now we're going to take this lighter brown shade and just start blending out that darker brown. So annoyed. Just keeping it quite focused in my crease. I don't want this to go too high up. It's not looking too dark at the minute, so that's okay. Sorry. Tip for doing smoky eyes, you're best off building it up. So don't go full whack and pile everything on your eyes. You're best off doing it little by little and blending out, building up your colour. So if a shade's not dark enough for you or you want it to be darker, just add a little bit each time, because if you put all of it on at once, it's going to be really hard to blend out, and then you're going to get frustrated. You're going to take it off and you're not going to like it. I know that from personal experience. So you're best off building up little by little, which you'll see in this video what I mean. With this dark brown, it's not so bad with browns. It's mainly when it comes to using a black. So to blend this out even more, I'm just going to use this warmer toned orange shade and just go just above where we've put that brown, just to try and make everything more seamless. I'm looking down because I've got the little mirror here for me to look at. Okay. Okie dokie. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to start with the black now. I'm going to take, I call it my black brush. It's just a flat eyeshadow brush, but I never use it with any other colour. Even if I clean it, I always use it with black because I've used it with black for a while and I don't want to risk cleaning it and using it in another colour and then getting them all mixed up. So this is always my black brush. So I'm just going to press it, and what I mean by pressing it, I literally just fully press like that. Oof. Okay, now we've got some on our brush. We're then gonna start off just tapping it. That's barely picked up anything. Okay. We're just gonna start with a little amount first. That might not look like little to a lot of people, but it's little to me. Just on the outer corner for now, because we're not doing like a full smoky eye, it's gonna be like a half one, if that makes sense. And then I'm gonna take just another fluffy blending brush, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna keep it focused to the outer corner and just do little circular motions just to try and blend this out, keeping it on this outer third of your eye. Okay, and then when you've got that mostly blended out should I say, I then sort of hold the brush sort of flat and just go along that, just along where we finished with the black there, to blend it into my eye a little bit. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to very lightly dip the tip of the brush into the black and just follow that in to my crease. Not all the way, about halfway in. You can go all the way in if you want, but you don't want it, if you don't want it to be too dark, go about halfway. And then we'll get to this point. This is where you go back in to your browns and use them to start blending out the edges of the black even more so. This is where you can blend that black into the inner corner there, because you're mixing it with brown, so it's going to be a little bit more diffused. I hate when I get a notification on my phone. I need to start putting it on Do Not Disturb because I get distracted. And then I see it like a gorman, I'm like, what? Okay, so you can kind of see how we've blended it out there. And I'm just gonna start just trying to flick that out a little bit more. Okay. Same on the other eye. Little circular motions, keeping that contained to the outer third of your eye. About halfway. You can always add more black to make it darker if you wish. Okay, and then back in with my browns to go along the edges. Okay, so once you're happy with where you're at, just gonna make sure these look even. I think they do. Just gonna go along. I don't know why. In person I haven't got a line here, but on camera I do. And it's bugging me. I'll do. Now I've got a teensy tiny little bit of fallout on top of my cheek, so before I do anything else I just wipe away. Another big tip for smoky eyes, if you're using a black, keep a fluffy brush or some other brush that's clean of eyeshadow for wiping away fallout. I always keep this one on hand, no matter what colours I'm using, whether I'm using black or anything. I always keep this on hand just to avoid the possible, because as soon as you touch your face there and you push that eyeshadow into your skin, you can't get rid of that unless you start again, and that's very frustrating. So without putting any extra black on the brush, I'm just going to use the excess to go under my eye here on. Apologies for that, my dad has just shouted out something probably embarrassing. So I've lost my train of thought. So just put the black under our eyes using no other colour. I'm gonna just start blending it out. Now you can either stop halfway or you can go all the way in. I personally like to go all the way in, so that's what I'm going to do. But because we put the black on the outer third, it's going to look darker here. Okay. Now, using that lighter brown there, that cherry cola, I'm just gonna blend that out even more. Again, be careful of fallout. Now I'm going to take the two shades that we used earlier just to go and blend everything out and to add a bit more colour. And I always go quite low with this, but that's just a personal preference. And I'm going to go above as well, just to make sure everything's blended together nicely. Okay, so now I've done that, I'm just going to take that first shade that we use for a transition and just go around all the edges just to make sure everything is nice and seamless. My dad, everyone. I've been waiting for that to happen one of these days. I knew it was going to happen. So, moving on. Next, I'm just going to take a flat brush and we're going to start using a shimmer. I'm going to go with a gold. You can pick any sort of shimmer. Before I do that, I'm just going to take a little bit of black on my ring finger and just pop that on the outer third, just to make sure that that's nice and dark and my lid is covered. I can hear my mum laughing downstairs and my dad's just told her that he's walked in. Okay. I'll go about halfway with that. And then always keep a makeup wipe on hand so I don't put it anywhere else. Now I'm going to use the shade called Zenith, this yellowy gold one. And just making sure my brush is just a normal flat brush, just making sure it's completely flat. I just pinch it together. Excuse me. And we're just going to go in, pick up some of that shadow. Oh my god. And we're going to start packing this on our lid. You can use concealer for this, but these shadows are quite pigmented as they are, so I feel like I don't need concealer. I am getting a little bit of fallout there, but that's fine. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in and draw using the shadow, just sort of take it so it's like a half cut crease, following just above where my crease would lie. Where my crease is the proper term I'm looking for. And when I get to about halfway, I then take my ring finger and I'm just going to start just blending that line together. If you can get what I'm saying. You can always add a little bit more black to blend it together if you wish to. If you feel like rubbing it with your finger is going to take away some of that colour, you can. Okay, and oh, sorry, and doing the same on the other side, loading up my brush and just taking it to about halfway, or wherever you see fit. And I'm just gonna look straight and just make sure that both sides are nice and even. And again, just using my finger with a little bit more black on to blend the two together. You don't have to use a gold this bright. You can use whatever shadow whatever sort of colour you want. I just personally I just like the way that this colour looks. Okay. Next, first of all, I'm just going to wipe where I'm putting my hands because shadows just fell everywhere. And again, my fallout brush, I'm just going to, instead of just rubbing it like that, I'm going to go from the top and swipe downwards, and I'm just sort of doing it like a flick. That's the best way to avoid blending it in my mind, or in my personal opinion. Okay. I hate having my hands dirty, but now they're covered in like glitter. Okay. And to finish off, I'm just gonna get all of my things that I use for my eyes. Here we go. So before I do anything, I'm just going to take a black pencil liner. This is the Avon True Colour one, and it's a glimmer stick eyeliner in Blackest Black. It's one of the ones that's like a retractable one. So all I do is I lift up my lid and I'm just going to go and line my top waterline. You don't have to do your top one if you don't want to. Just helps finish it, I think. Oof. And also with the bottom one, just pull down just gently. I go all the way into my tear duct, like so. Sorry if I'm swearing at you. I might look like a little bit like a crazy person doing this, but it helps just darken everything, especially when you're doing a smoky eye. I always feel like it's best to line your waterline because it just blends that very base of your eyelid into the eyeshadows, I think. Okay. Still laughing at my dad. Now I'm going to take the Lulabelle's lashes in the style Isla and just gonna pop them out of the little thing. Oh, my eye's watering now. Oh. Okay, so as usual, I'm just going to take off any excess glue that's been left over, like so, and I'm just using my fingers instead of tweezers, where I hold the lashes in place just in case I pull them off their strip. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, take in my Duo lash glue with the quick set. I'm just going to get my lash and just go, I can't really see what I'm doing because there's a ring light behind. Just lightly squeeze in the tube and just line the lash with a nice coating of glue, like so, especially on the corners, just to make sure that they're nice and stuck down. Okay, and then I always just clean off my lash curler. I don't know why, I just do, because I always feel like it's gonna print what's already on there. So just gonna quickly, while the glue's getting tacky, just nicely curl my lashes. Again, this isn't a step that you have to do, but I have pin straight eyelashes, so if I don't, they will almost be sticking down. They're that straight. They literally have, I get my eyelashes from my lovely mother, thank you. They just stick straight down pretty much. They're pointless of being eyelashes, to be fair. You can guarantee if I curl them and just wear mascara, they'll be dropped within like 20 minutes. Hence why I wear lashes all the time. Okay. I'll just do a couple of curls each side. One more. Depending on my lashes, like the ones I'm going to be putting on in a second, they are quite curly. So that's why I curl a bit more. taking my Body Collection Lengthening Mascara. I'm just going to give them just a little coating, just one coat, that'll do. And I like to wiggle my brush from base to tip, just because I feel like I can get the base of my lashes a bit more if I wiggle my brush. I also like to go on top of my lashes as well and give them a coating on top, because I feel like that helps stick them to the false lashes as well, and it helps my eyelashes personally drop less and become less visible throughout the day. Okay, and on top, wiggle, and just keep wiggling. This is so hard to do while looking at the camera instead of a mirror. Oh my god, bloody dogs. Okay, making sure I get my inner lashes. And just doing my bottom lashes. There we go. And I'm going to take my lash applicator. This is from Lulabelle's Lashes as well. It came in the box that I got with these lashes. So now it's got this tacky, it's like half clear. I'm just going to go in from above. I'm going to come up a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Come up from above and just line them up and plop them down. When the glue's tacky, you have to move quicker, because once they're placed, they are gone. They are stuck down. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're stuck. Pretty much, there we go. These lashes are fantastic. They're so pretty. Now I'm gonna have to cross over, so you probably might not be able to see what I'm doing so much because I just can't apply. I can try, but I find it so hard to put it on with my left hand because I'm right-handed. So again, above, and I try and push my lashes down almost to get it on there, and just positioning, placing, placing, and pinching. And I also go along and just pinch my lashes to the falsies with the applicator. This just helps blend them together a bit more seamlessly. You can also use your finger for that, but these work okay. Okay. Try and make sure that that corner is still down. Okay, they look good. I'll put a mirror over there, I need that. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take the Jaclyn Hill Armed and Gorgeous palette for an inner corner highlight, using my tiny little pencil brush, bullet brush, whatever you want to call it, and just using the shade VIP, as we all know, it's very well loved. And just dipping into the side of that and just popping that on the very, very inner part of my eye. Okay, Okay, so I'm happy with that. Now, to finish off, I'm going to do a little tester. I keep seeing, where is it? I keep seeing this all over TikTok and it's bugging me because I want to know if it works. Supposedly they are transfer proof glosses. So this part's your actual lip colour, you let it dry down and then you put on this, which is the gloss. And apparently it's transfer proof. So I'm going to try it, see how it goes. So first of all, I'm just going to use my beauty blender with leftover foundation and just go over just to give them more colour pigmentation. Okay, so this is in the shade, what's it called? I don't know, where is it? I'm not even gonna try and pronounce it, it's something French. Ooh, it's a weird shape applicator for one. Okay, let's try it. So I'm just gonna go, oh. That's a nice colour, I like that. I like the colour, it's very pretty. Okay, that was good actually. I've done my whole lips, top and bottom, with only one dip. That's good. So I'm going to let this dry down, come back and we'll try the gloss. Okay, I think we're dry. Still a little bit sticky, but there's nothing on the back of my hand. So maybe we're dry. Doesn't really feel sticky to touch it, but my lips are still getting a little bit stuck. So let's try the gloss. Now everyone's saying that the applicator is really weird for this because it's like a nail polish brush, which it is a little bit strange, but let's try it. That's really weird. The harder to go to apply while keeping in the lines, I think. But the brush is very soft. I'll go with that. Very, very glossy. Now, I can't remember whether you gotta let this sit for a couple minutes. Let me do a quick Google and I'll come back. Okay, well, it doesn't say anything whether you should let the gloss sit for a minute or two. But we'll do a kiss test anyway. So yeah, the gloss does transfer, but the colour doesn't transfer with it, which is still really good in my eyes. But they claim that it's up to like a 16-hour wear for this. I'm personally really impressed with this, so if you want to try them yourself, I would go get one. It's the NYX Shine Loud. This is, I don't even know the colour of it. It's in French, so I'm not even going to pronounce it, but it's, the little code on the barcode is SLHP05 for the shade that I've got. I like this. I'm very impressed. I want to buy more now. So that is the end of this video. Let me know what you think, whether you like the eyes, whether you've tried this. Let me know. Let me know what you think of the lips as well. I really like it, to be honest. It's looking nice. It's a nice colour. Little goes a long way, that's for sure. So yeah, let me know what you think. If you would try this, tag me if you do try it, and let me see. I would like to see if you do try any of them, any of my videos, any of the looks that I've done on my YouTube channel. If you do try any of them, please send them to me or just tag me in them on Instagram, which you can find below. I'll leave all my socials in the description down below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more. Thank you. Bye bye.